I didn't plan on seeing the CEO's face again. Not after the fall, not after the denial, and definitely not after the lie he told that turned my life into a courtroom anecdote. But there he was, sitting across from me in that empty conference room, his hands trembling against the polished table he once slammed to intimidate people like me. He looked smaller now. Fear does that to a man, and I let him sit in it, because this wasn't the start, this was the payoff. I first met Alan Mercer 3 years ago, back when I still believed loyalty meant something in corporate America. He shook my hand with that fake warmth CEOs practice in mirrors, told me I had potential, told me I was one of the good ones. I bought it. We all did. He remembered my kids' names, remembered I took the bus, remembered when my mother got sick. It felt human. Funny how betrayal hits hardest when it comes wrapped in the illusion of kindness. The day everything changed wasn't even supposed to be dramatic. A routine site walk, a missing safety rail, a second of misstep. Alan's foot slipped first. If I hadn't grabbed his coat, he'd have hit the concrete 10 feet below. Instead, I did. I remember the crack, my shoulder, my back, my pride. They wheeled me out while he stood above me, his expression caught somewhere between shock and annoyance, like me falling ruined his schedule. HR called 2 days later. Workers' comp denied. No proof. My jaw clenched so hard I tasted blood. They said there was no evidence I was injured on the job. No witnesses. No incident report. Alan did not recall the circumstances. I realized then I wasn't an employee. I was a liability. But what they didn't know, what Alan never bothered to ask, was that I always recorded site walks, safety protocol, my own idea. And that day's footage had everything, including him. The slip, the fall, my hand pulling him back to safety. I didn't react, not immediately. Pain teaches patience. While recovering, I started to notice patterns. Company rumors, whispers of affairs, late-night messages his assistant accidentally forwarded to the wrong email chain. His wife, Dana, wasn't just suspicious, she was collecting evidence. That made 2 of us. She reached out first through her divorce lawyer, a cold, razor-voiced woman named Clark. "We understand you have footage relevant to our case," she said. I didn't say yes, not yet. Revenge isn't a reaction, it's an architecture. So I asked questions. I calculated. I negotiated, not for money, but for timing. Because I didn't just want the truth to come out. I wanted Alan to answer for every betrayal, professional and personal, in a symphony of consequences. Step 1, I sent the footage anonymously to the State Labor Board. A formal investigation opened within 48 hours. Step 2, I gave a copy to Clark. Her laugh, quiet, sharp, told me I'd just handed her the nuclear button in a divorce worth millions. Step 3, I waited. You'd be surprised how fast a CEO crumbles when squeezed from both sides. Sudden leave of absence, emergency board meetings, leaked allegations. Dana filing for divorce with irrefutable evidence of infidelity, misconduct, and workplace negligence. And then HR called. The same voice, much shakier this time. "Your workers' comp claim has been—" I hung up. Let them sweat. Which brought us back to the conference room. Alan insisted on speaking to me man to man. Funny how men like him only remember morality when their empire slips. He leaned forward. "I can fix this," he whispered. "Just delete the footage. Withdraw your statements. Don't testify." Testify? So Clark hadn't told him yet. I let the silence stretch until it hurt. Then I pressed play on my phone. The video filled the room. His slip, my fall, his face frozen in selfish fear. He swallowed hard, his eyes glistening. "What do you want?" I thought about it, about the pain, the denial, the humiliation, his betrayal. And then I told him the truth. "I don't want anything from you," I said.
Your wife already paid me more than workers' comp ever would. But you're going to pay her a lot more." His confusion twisted into dread. That was the moment he realized he hadn't just lost money. He lost his marriage, his reputation, his power, all because he tried to erase me. I stood, letting him sit in the ruins of his own arrogance. "You should have just told the truth, Alan," I said quietly. "It would have been cheaper." Walking out of that room felt like finally exhaling after holding my breath for months. I didn't feel guilt, not even relief, just alignment. Justice isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a silent, perfect strike delivered by the person you underestimated the most. And Alan learned that the hard way.